Hey guys, Matt here from Kype. Today I'm here to talk to you about how to rig and set up your trout worms, rubber eggs, and the maggots for float fishing for steelhead in rivers and tributaries. So I'm going to start with your fluorocarbon leader. This here is just regular 6-pound fluoro. What I'm going to do is just cut a piece as if I was tying it to my fishing line or to my rod. And what I like to do personally, I like to use a smaller hook for my trout worms. So I grab this. This here is a size 12, I believe. And I prefer to use the snell knot as I kind of hide the knot on top of the hook. Extremely simple. Put it through the eye of the hook. Just like that. Bring it to the back. Fold over. Wrap it around. 3, 5, 7 times. Once you get more than 3 or 4, it's going to hold. Right? So that's about 4 times. Fold it. Hold it so it doesn't come undone. Put it back through the hole. Make sure you grab the tail end. Pull slowly. Nice and tight. And there. Your knot is actually right on your hook. Hopefully that there goes into focus. And now you just simply cut the tail end off for the tag end and you're ready to go. So now there's a couple ways to rig your worm. Here's a typical pink worm, pink trout worm. You could first simply hook it once through the head like that, ready to go. If the fishing is a tad bit slower, what I like to do is kind of give it one hook straight in the middle like a wacky rig, and as I'm drifting you kind of pop or hold your line back and you let your worm wiggle just like that in the water. One of my other favorite ways to rig it is so I don't use or lose a lot of worms is I feed it on the hook. So you grab your worm like this, put your hook right through the head, feed it as far down or up your hook as you can. Right? So that's basically the entire hook. Poke it out. And then I feed this right on to my line. Just like that. Now you pull it down right until it touches. Right? I usually like to just bury the head just a tad. And in this way you still get that action. It stays on a lot longer as if it was just hooked right in the head if a fish does short strike. And you do get your action, and that's what I like the most about this way. So there's a few ways like that. Very simple. A lot of times I like to keep my worms, reuse them all the time. People use them once. If your worm is all ripped up, you could almost hook it anywhere just like this and fish it, and normally they do work. Just have to have the confidence in doing so. Now with the rubber eggs, right, so here's just a little tiny 8mm rubber egg. Take your hook and then feed it right on and cover just the eye of the hook, just like that. You're good to go. It's like fishing a bead, single finesse, but you could switch a lot faster. Another good way to rig it is if you want to fish it like a bead, because you don't have the confidence of having it close to your hook, you could either A, leave it on the line just like this, just like a bead. After a while it might slide a bit, so a good trick is to actually get float stops like what I have over here, KypeFish accessories. Put that on your line, and then you feed your egg on top of that to hold it in place. So you take your float stop, grab your leader. I already have my hook tied, so I'm just going to do it from the top. Grab one single float stop like this, put it on your leader, or put your leader through the hole. You pull this back. It's going to go like that. So it's going to pull your line through the float stop pull it. Now your float stop is on your line. Just like that. Slide it down to where you want it to go. So just say about that. Usually I go 2 to 3 finger lengths from my hook. You grab your rubber egg, any color that you're going to choose. Take it, put it on, and feed it. Use your hand to kind of stop the float stop from sliding. Right on. Just like that. And then there will hold it nice and tight on your line, just like a bead. And then if you want, some days what I like to do, you have your egg, your single, you take trout worm, you fish both. So the egg, it acts like an attractor, you have your trout worm as the bait, your egg as the bait, you kind of have 2 things going on at the same time. And now for the maggot, I like to use a bigger hook, more like a size 6, but it's the same thing. So here's your maggot. You could either wacky rig straight through the middle with even a hook like this size is perfect, just like that. Or what I prefer to do is you take it, you feed it again through the head, just like what I did with the steelhead worm, right down the body, and like that. Just cover the tip or the eye of the hook. You're set, ready to go. And I find too, with the maggots, since they're a little bit more dense, you actually do pull out of a lot more snags if you're fishing closer to the bottom or in, logs and structure. And so that's why I primarily use these. They're great in the summertime, around September, October, when the salmon are coming up the river. They start to die. You get maggots and the flies and the bugs. As they wash into the river, the brown trout, the steelhead behind them, that's what they're eating. And that's what I've tested them for, and it's worked really well. So that's a good little bait to use. Kind of a little secret, as some of my customers say. But definitely give it a shot. And if you have any other questions, feel free to message me. And I hope that these tips work and help you catch more fish.